And I'm back with the next installment of as the PT145 ejects. I did a little work on the ejector, lowered the angle on it a little bit so it'll hit the round a little bit closer to the bottom. And I also flared the bottom of the extractor claw a little bit to allow the rounds to feed up. So let's just see what happens. I'm going to start off with some 200 grain spear gold dot plus P's, and frankly I'm expecting some feed problems out of these, but let's see what happens. Those are all getting me right in the hat. Okay, I felt a number of them graze my hat right there. I'll tell you what I'm going to do about it. I'm going to push that ejector over a little bit more towards the center again, see if I can get a little more lift on those rounds. We shall see. We shall see. Alright, that's about as far to the right as I want to take that. Still seeing a little light, so just got clearance on it. Let's see if that makes any difference. And I'm going to try some of these Federal 230 grain full metal jackets and see how they act. That one I felt skip across the top of my head. Some of those are landing just directly behind me. I'm going to try something else here. Shits and grins. I'm going to put the old extractor back in because it's set a little bit differently, grabs around a little bit tighter. Just to see what it'll do. Hopefully I won't lose any little tiny springs out here. Let's see what we can mess with next. There's that. There's that. Ooh, looks like getting your barrel nice and warm before you work on the innards. I always do it. I take these out. I start to drive that pin out. I push in on the ejector with my hand, my thumb, or the extractor with my thumb, and I just use the punch as a temporary pin. That way that spring stays where it's supposed to till I get ready to mess with it. And then again, keeping my thumb over it, pull a punch out. This gets a little tricky because you got to push in on the firing pin block at the same time. You just slide this forward like so. And there it is, and the spring stays put. So what I always do is I lay it down like that, undo it, and there's that little tiny spring right there. So I'll put that away. I'm going to try the old one. See if the old one ejects any differently. Probably can't see this, but there's a pretty significant difference in the length of that claw on the bottom. I'd say probably a 1/16 of an inch difference, which maybe doesn't sound like a lot, but for this kind of thing it is. Put a little spring back there. Small punch. Gotta get that extractor spring feed up in there right. Put the block back in place. Put that in first.